MC を務めさせていただきますジャパニーズ小池です。よろしくお願いします。さあ、もう皆さんお待たせいたしました。もうこの方に今日はもう来ていただいております。僕の大好きなこの方に自己紹介お願いいたします。
あ、それ俺か。
そうだよ。
将軍です。お久しぶりです。
はい、将軍さんよろしくお願いいたします。いや、もうお久しぶりですし、僕らはね、何回声をかけてもやっぱりもう出てくれないから。
いや、そんなことないだろ。
マジで声かけてない。
あ、声かけてない。
そう。
あ、そうなんです。
いや、久しぶりに声かけられて、ちゃんと2つ返事で出ましたよ、今日は。もちろん。
ありがとうございます。忘れられたと思ってましたよ、僕らは。
だから声かけられてないだけなんで、こっちは。
そうだったんですね。俺が勝手に言ってただけなんです。
あ、そうです。
来てほしいなって言ってただけなんです。
小池さんが LINE 送れば来てくれるかもしれない。
あ、無視ですよ、基本。
あ、本当に。
いや、適当なこと言うなよ、マジで。
はい、ということで、レインさんもいらっしゃるんですけれども、お願いしますよ、大将。自己紹介を。
通訳のあゆはです。
来ました。
この回はみんな
この回みんな大好きな回でございます。はい、あゆはさんがいるということはですよ、皆さんね、お待ちかねだと思うんですが、もちろん将軍さんをお招きしたということで、この新しいお友達の方もそれにちなんだ方ですので、早速紹介の方いきたいと思います。この方です、どうぞ。
Hello, I'm MVD. I play Snake, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the United States.
MVD に来ていただきました。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
いや、も
う Thank you, thank you.
もう将軍さんとね MVD、 もちろんスネーク使いっていうところも一緒なので、今日はその辺の話も、もちろん MVD に迫ってっていうところも聞きたいんですけれども、将軍さんとのそのスネーク対談みたいなのもちょっと聞きたいなと思ってお越しいただいておりますし、もちろんあゆはさんの力なしではこの企画は成立しないのではい、お呼びさせていただきました。ありがとうございます。早速なんですけれども、MVD の、スマブラ、もちろんトッププレイヤーなんですけれども、ちょっとその辺について聞いていきたいなと私思っております。僕もあまり MVD のことわからないんですよ。結構昔からいる。
スマブラ X から。
あ、そうなの。ちょっとその辺もね、聞いていきたいなと思いますので、まず MVD のスマブラ歴っていうのはどれぐらいになるんですかね。
So, first we want to ask things about you. So, especially your player history. So, how long have you been playing Smash?
Competitively or just in general?
First in general and then competitively.
Okay. In general, I started playing Smash when I was like 5 years old, ever since N64. I played with my cousins growing up or my neighborhood friends. I've always played Smash growing up, and then competitively, I started in March of the year 2009. So it's been a long time.
何年前？13年前ぐらいか。
APEX2010 の前ぐらいか。
だと思います。はい。
なるほどね。
じゃあもうだいぶ長いことスマブラに触れてた期間を含めるともうめちゃくちゃ長いわけですよね。
So if you include playing Smash in general, that will be a very long time.
Very long time. Most of my life, you know. I'm 30 years old now, so I've been playing Smash in general for over 25 years, or about 25 years. A very long time.
ちなみにスマブラを始めたきっかけっていうのはそのいとこの人が勧めてくれたからなんですかね。他のゲームもいろいろやってたりするんですかね。
Why did you start playing Smash in general? Is that because that cousin of yours told you to play against him, or were you playing other like Nintendo 64 games, or what happened?
Yeah, I grew up playing video games, so I had a Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 growing up, you know, Game Boy Color, all that stuff. So I was always into playing video games. And I remember my cousin and I, we saw the commercial for Smash 64, and we were like, oh, that looks really cool. It looks like fun. We should get that. And we got the game and started playing together, and it's been great ever since then.
Is that the commercial Yoshi's putting hammer on something? Okay. Yeah, that's different from Japan.
Like the cheesy song and Yoshi beating everybody up, the big costumes and everything. We saw that and we were like, whoa, that looks cool. We should get that.
で、私が質問したんですが、CM っていうのはなんかヨッシーがハンマーをなんか振ってるやつって聞いて、まあそれです。その なんか着ぐるみがいっぱい出てきて、それでなんか殴り合うアメリカ専用の CM があって、
そうなんやっぱりそうですよね。全然知らない
日
もん。
本と違う、そう、CM。
筋金入りのというかいとこと、まあそういうもうゲーム大好きでずっとやってて、でスマブラにそのままのめり込んだっていう感じ。今でもなんかゲームとかってスマブラ以外のゲームってされてたりするんですかね？
Do you play other video games right now?
Oh yeah, I play a lot of video games. I play Smash mostly, obviously, because that's my job and what I play the most and compete in and everything. But I play multiverses. I compete in that as well. I have a PlayStation 5 with like a lot of different games, like The Last of Us Part 1 remake just came out recently. I play MLB The Show, baseball game. Play a lot of games, a lot of different genres, RPGs, sports, fighting games, a little bit of everything.
全部だ。本当にもうゲームが大好きっていう感じですよね。 FPS はやってないんだな。そこがあれなんですけど、スマブラ始めて一番最初に使ってたキャラって何なんですかね？その64の時から含め。
So what was your first main character in Smash when you started playing?
In Smash 64, my first character was Luigi. And I only remember that because my cousin, since he's older than me, was always player 1. He didn't play Mario, he played Fox. But because I was player 2, and because I played the Super Mario World on Super Nintendo, I just always thought as player 2 in my head as Luigi. So I picked Luigi to start. But then I branched out to playing like Samus and other characters. But Luigi was my first character.
その人マリオだから俺もルイージになるかっつってね。
1個僕からいいですか？
はい。
競技的にプレーする前、友達とか、まあ、いとことかとスマブラしてる時に、ゲームが上手い方だったかスマブラが強い方だったかっていうのはちょっと聞きたいです。
確かに。
So question from Shogun, when you were playing against your cousin or your neighbors, were you a skilled player? Were you a good player, strong player among them?
At first, since I was the youngest of my group, you know, my cousin is a couple years older than me, and I was friends with his friends, so everyone was always older than me growing up in my friend group that played Smash or other video games. So at first, I was always the worst of the group because I was just the youngest and had to learn more, and they were just more skilled at first, but after time went by, I just learned either better than they did or faster than they did and just understood the game more. So over time, I became the best in the group. And it was like that for every game. 64, Melee, Brawl, you know, we started off, I was always the weakest link, but then after a couple of years, went up to being the best. Or second then.
なるほどね。
まあ感想なんですけど、ザクレイとかプロトバナムも一緒で、年上の兄弟とかと遊ぶ中でどんどん実力を上げていったみたいな、そういう子供時代があったのが結構共通してて、そうだから MVD もなんかそういう子供時代だったんだっていうのは割と共通してるなっていう感想を持ちましたね。
結構スマブラで弟強い説っていうのが昔から
ね。兄ちゃんやっぱどうしてもね違うからね、ちっちゃい頃の1歳差ってやっぱでかいじゃん。だからそれでもうやっぱボコされてるとさ、何クソ精神でやっぱどうしてもね、お兄ちゃん対戦相手が強いとね上手くなるけど、きっとそんな感じだったんでしょうね、 MVD もね。
Feedback from Shogun is that Zachary and Proto Banam was in a similar situation. They had older brother because they played like that in their life.
Right. That's the same with like Isam and his brother. He was the younger brother and over time became better than his older brother.
イーサムもそうだったので、確かにそうですね。
やっぱそうか。将軍さんの説はやはり濃厚になってきた。日本ね、海外問わず。
そういう人多いっすよね。
多いと思います、本当に。
X の頃からめちゃめちゃ言われてましたね。
やっぱそうだよね。
弟強い説。
やっぱそうだよね。やっぱこう身近に強い人がいるとね、どんどんこう強くなるスピードも他と比べたら速いですから。
環境いいですからね。
そうですよね。MVD はルイージ使ってて、スネークを使い始めたのいつかっていうのと、使い始めた理由っていうのを聞きたいんですけど。
So another question. when did you start playing Snake, and what was the reason for picking him up?
So my whole story with Snake is really funny. I remember, because I never played Metal Gear Solid growing up. Never saw the game much, never played, never cared for it. I remember when Snake got announced for Brawl, I was actually pretty upset. I was not happy because I wanted other characters. And in my brain, because I was younger, I was like, what, 15, 14, when like they started announcing characters. I was like, oh, that's such a waste. Like it could have been someone else, like Gino or someone else that I want, you know? But then once the game came out, a friend of mine who I played Smash with and went to high school with, he was like, hey, you should try out Snake. I think you'd like him. Because originally I played Diddy Kong in Brawl. And I didn't like him too much. Like he was fun, but not for me. And then I tried out Snake and I just instantly like loved his grenade play and setting up landmines and traps and just really using your brain and being able to like trick your opponent made me really want to play him. So it's really funny that at first I was very upset about him being included in Smash, but then after trying him out and playing the game, or playing Snake more, I fell in love with the character and just stuck with him ever since then.
俺と将軍さんもジーノですもんね、ずっとね。そうなんですよ。
So, Koike and Shogun both wanted Gino as well.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
ちなみに僕もメタルギアやったことないですね。
あ、そうなの
Shogun hasn't played Metal Gear Solid as well. And
Oh, thank God. Everyone always gets mad at me when I say I've never played them. Like, now I've played 5 and 1, but even before then, like, everyone always asks, what's your favorite Metal Gear Solid game? And I'm just like, I've never played them. I don't know. Everyone gets mad. They call me a fake Snake player. You don't know the character. You don't deserve to play him. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like,
将軍さんはどうしてスネークだったんですか？
あ、俺
は
思い返すと、MVD は知ってるか分かんないけど、シュウさんに憧れてた X のスネーク使い。
存じ上げないです、僕は。あ、でも憧れの人がいたっていうことですね。
そうで
スネーク
す。
使いの。
Shogun's reason for starting to play Snake was that there was a good player, Shu, who made Snake, and he loved that player so much he started using that same character.
きっかけがあって、まあメタルギアを大好きでスネーク参戦したからスネーク使うみたいなのがこう、まあ順当な流れじゃないですけど、まあ当たり前のこういうあれかなと思ってたら、意外とそんなことはないんですね。しかもスネークのトップ中のトップ2人がやってないよっていうのであればね、それだけやっぱスマブラのキャラクターの魅力っていうのはね、あるんだなっていう。
スネークめちゃめちゃ面白そうなキャラですからね、 X の中では。はい、特にやっぱトリッキーで、今っていろんなキャラいるんですけど、
そうだね。
当時のスネークの印象で言うと、いやこんなこと多彩にできるキャラ他にいないよねみたいなキャラクターだったんで、
そうなん
多分
だ。
そういったところで使い手増えたんじゃないかな。
そっかそっか。なんか僕 MVD はディディコングの印象も結構あるんですけど、で
まあ
ルイよね。
前作はメインでしたね。
あ、そっか、スネークいなかった。
いないです。
あ、そっかそっか、それでか。スネークじゃなければ同じような理由でディディなんですかね。その多彩ではめられるからっていう。
So, Koike has an impression of you using Diddy Kong. So, why did you start using Diddy Kong, and how long did you use that character?
so for me, growing up, one of my favorite games was Donkey Kong Country 2 for Super Nintendo. So I've always loved Diddy Kong. And I was really excited when Diddy Kong got announced for Brawl, so that's why I played him first. I've always loved the character, and he was always fun for me. But I remember in Smash 4, when Snake wasn't in the game, at first I struggled with figuring out who I wanted to play. And then ironically, Esam's brother, Nick Riddle, he told me, hey, you play Diddy Kong in Brawl, just try Diddy Kong in this game. And I tried him in Smash 4. I loved him. His playstyle fit me a lot better than it did in Brawl. So I played him in Smash 4 since Snake wasn't there. So I played him throughout basically all of Smash 4. So that's where it started, I guess, where it ended too.
で、もちろんスネークが帰ってきたらもちろんスネークに戻ってくるという流れなわけですね。
あ、ちょっと僕も一個いいですか。
はい。
スマホを前作ダックハントを使ってたのは、そのスネークに似たキャラを使いたかったからなのか聞きたいですね。
なるほど、ありがとうございます。僕それはちょっと分からなかったんで。
The additional question from Shogun. The reason you were using Duck Hunt for a little while is that short. Was that because he looks like Snake?
So it's really funny. In the beginning of Smash 4, I used Duck Hunt and Little Mac. Because it's funny thinking about it, but Duck Hunt had the frame 1 can and had the camping and the zoning and a similar recovery to Snake. And then Little Mac had the really good tilt attacks and very strong grounded game. So in my mind, they were like the 2 halves of Snake, since I didn't have the complete one. They were like, Duck Hunt is 50% Snake because he can camp and do all these things. Little Mac is the other half because he fights and he has really good tilts. So I played them to try to supplement Snake in my life, and it was okay at first, but Diddy Kong was a much better choice down the road.
ということで、
なんとかスネークを完成させようと、足らない部分をいろんなキャラクターで補って疑似スネークを作ってたわけね。あ、なるほどね。だそうです。
いや面白かったですね。リトルマックの方は知らなかったんで。
ああ、なるほどね。そんな理由でこう新しいキャラクター、やっぱもうスネークが根幹にあって、やっぱそれを埋めるためにねっていうことなわけです。
SP でスネーク持ってたのは必然だったんだね。
ああ、確かにそうだね。あ、まあ出たら当たり前だよ、使うよってこと。
リトルマックはAPEX2015 でアムサさん相手に出してます。
そうなんだ。
ガチ最初期じゃないですか。
はい。
全然知らんかった。
てかよく覚えてますよ、浅村さん。
あやさん行ったから。
現地で見てたんで。
あ、なるほどなるほど。そう、あ、じゃあ今もうちょっとね大会の話になりましたけど、今まで印象に残っている大会とかっていうのはありますか？もちろん自分の実績とかあると思うんですけど、ちょっと聞きたいです。
So, question among the competitive scene. So, do you have a tournament?That left strong impression on you? Do you have any like memorial or any kind of tournaments you like come up with?
Oh man, there's so many. I would say Skatar 2 was one of my big breakout performances. I got second place there at ADHD. And then Apex 2013, I believe, was the one that I played Abadango in. He was my first Japanese player that I played in bracket, which is really exciting for me. I think those two are really, really impactful early on in my Smash career. Of course, there's so many that come afterwards, but I think those two were really good, like really good memories and moments that really gave me like the fuel to keep going and keep competing. Because those moments that felt so good, like nothing beats those. The other one was also the first Apex for Smash 4 that I played against Amsa, using Duck Hunt and Little Mac, and I got top 8 at that Apex using those 2 characters. That match against Amsa was also just really, really fun, and there's just a lot of moments scattered throughout, but those 3 are like really big influential moments, I would say.
ちなみになんですけど、僕にとって MVD の印象的な大会は一緒でした。エスケーター2と APEX2013 でした、完全に。
やっぱり MVD を象徴する。
そうそう、エスケーター2はやっぱり本人も言ってたように、アライとか ADHD とか強豪を倒して準優勝、この人めっちゃすげえなって俺が初めて思った大会だし、APEX の方はアバダンゴオリマーにスネークの横スマぶち当てて勝ったみたいなのすげえ印象に残ってて、その2つだと僕も思ってましたね。
あ、なるほどね。ドンピシャリでやっぱりそこは。
From Shogun. So, Skatar 2 and Apex 2013, same opinion. So, he saw you first at Skatar 2. You came like a long way. You beat very strong players and got second place. And for Apex, you hit forward smash against Abadango.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that one. So yeah, same impression from him.
Yeah.
まあこうやって海外大会今ちょっといろんなところでできる環境になりつつあるじゃないですか、たくさんね。なんで 今後戦ってみたいとか、もう一回再戦したいとか、日本の人にこう日本のトッププロに対してなんか思ってる人とか、まあ、戦ってみたい人ですかねっていうのは誰かいますかね？